Love is Blind UK Season 2 has finished, and our 5 engaged couples, well, actually 4 now.
However, Javen and Katisha have decided not to continue.
And they have both now left the experiment.
Yeah, Kieran and Megan are definitely standing there thinking back to Javen raiding their apartment and are going, not continuing? Gasp! But our 4 engaged couples will now have to head to the altar and make that final decision. However, before we get there, we do have a little bit of business to attend to first. There's the wedding dress and suit shopping day, as well as the stag nights. But all of this is going to be relatively tame. The primary bit of drama from these episodes is really just going to be about the ultimate decision to marry or not, and the focus on which couples are struggling. Like Billy, he's probably the biggest question mark up to this point in the season, because while in the pods he seemed fine with Ashley's job and cabin crew and having to travel so much throughout the week, right now the reality of everything is starting to come crashing down on him. And Billy's been divorced before, he's not looking to have that happen again. So this is really weighing on him all through the lead up to the big day. Like when he's out suit shopping with his dad.
Just a lot to take, that's all. I know I love Ashley, but I don't know what the right thing to do is.
And even deep into the bachelor party.
So things are good with that. They're always good with that. But something's just not sitting with me. I'm like...
Let's say the wedding's tomorrow, you and Ash. What are you saying on the day?
I'm saying no, mate.
Luckily for Ashley, the wedding isn't tomorrow, it's like a couple days after that, so yeah, you might be on a sinking ship, Ashley.
This could be bad.
So yes, after the suit and dress shopping, the gang is all ready to party one last time as single members of society, and guess you're not getting that deposit back on the limo rental. And apart from Billy, it seems like every other couple has been smooth sailing. Cal, Kieran, and Jed all seem to have no doubts at all. In fact, I've barely touched upon Jed and Barda this season as there's been really no drama there. Well, until now.
Have you two had a serious argument?
We did actually have an argument yesterday, and it was our first one.
So Jed and Barda had their first argument, and it was about Jed wanting to pay the bill that night. Normally, Jed's always done this, and Barda has as well, letting Jed know she's independent and doesn't need him to be the stereotypical man paying for everything.
Before we went out, he said, look, I just want to make a point. I'm getting the bill tonight, like, let's not argue about that. And I was like, yeah, sure, no worries. And naturally, when the bill came, I was like, here's my card.
But from what Jed says, it seems like he's fine going 50-50 on bills. That's not the problem. He's done that with her before, and he's let her pay before. The problem here is that he let Barda know ahead of time he wanted to take care of this bill as a treat for her, but when she got her card out, it felt like he wasn't listened to. And both were a little frosty on the car ride home. So this is the state of things as these two now head into their wedding day. And what seemed like a no-brainer yes on both sides has suddenly become a little less clear.
He just makes my life really, really happy. But at the apartments, we had a miscommunication about that whole paying the bill situation.
Okay, I hear ya, but the paying the bill situation seems like a pretty tame argument to change an I do to an I don't for.
Since leaving the apartments, there have been a few more bickers.
Oh, more bickering than just that?
This could be bad.
So all of Jed and Barda's folks gather for the ceremony, and Barda's mom and dad look emotional and excited. Then Barda comes down the aisle, and these two finally get to make that decision. First up is Barda, who has consistently said that Jed is the one, but...
I vow to do all those things at a time when we're both ready.
Wow, that argument really went and did it in, huh? But Barda says it's not a complete no, it's more that they still have so much to learn about each other, and she hopes they can continue to date with the goal of still getting married at some point. That being said, this is still a heavily emotional time, and Barda goes off in tears, worried that she might have caused enough damage to ruin their relationship.
Can I ask why?
You know, all these arguments that we've been having put me in a very weird state of mind. I love you with all my heart.
99% of it.
So Jed walks off saying he's gonna need a couple of days to get over the shock of it all and process what happened. And at this point, it's unclear whether or not he was going to say yes had Barda made a different decision. But okay, we now move on to the next wedding with Cal and Sorover, who've actually become one of my favorite couples this season. I think more because I was surprised by them, but that's what I love about these shows. Finding the matches that are unexpected but seem to gel. And Sorover's mom is now all in on Cal, and even Cal's brother has changed his tune from the last time we saw him.
If you want a family,
Yeah.
you want to grow old with all these people around you who love you,
Yeah.
then you've got to invest in that partnership with someone
Yeah.
you can trust, and Sorover's definitely that person.
So these two head down the aisle, and Sorover talks about how Cal has encouraged her to make more decisions for herself, while Cal comes out talking about all the things he wrote down that he was looking for in a wife before this.
Kind, cute, caring, thoughtful, fun, beautiful. You're all those things and so much more.
And yeah, the drama for these two this season barely ever seemed to be about each other. It was more about outside hurdles teaching them to make a decision for themselves over anyone else. Which is exactly what they do. They do the I do. That's what they do.
I do.
I do.
So alright, one no and one yes. 2 more couples to go. And of course, they're saving Billy and Ashley for last, so it's another easy one up next with Megan and Kieran, who again have barely had any drama all season. Nothing with Sophie coming into that pod mixer, no reservations in sharing their feelings, and all Kieran's bros were instantly in the moment they found out what she did for a living.
What do you do, Megan?
I'm a dancer.
I mean, the most drama these two were involved in was about a completely different couple. So Megan heads down the aisle, the speeches are rather touching, so I'm not gonna waste your time on this one, it's an easy...
I do.
I do.
And yeah, Megan and Kieran say there was hardly ever a doubt the whole time.
There was not really like any doubt, to be honest.
There was no doubt in my mind today with what I was going to say and with what Megan was going to say.
But okay, it's now time for the final wedding with Ashley and Billy, the couple that's gone from super enthusiastic during the getaway in Cyprus to now basically being a coin flip, as Billy is still 50-50.
It is the second time round for me, and I do have my concerns. If I do say no to Ashley today, I hope she could forgive me.
Naturally, all this talk of Billy being maybe, maybe not, I'm not so sure, has Ashley absolutely sick to her stomach as Billy's final decision looms closer.
I am feeling sick, worried, anxious, but I love him.
Because she's all in. She's a 100% yes. This day hinges entirely on Billy. Oh, and speaking of sick, yeah, Billy looks like he raided Ashley's sweets cabinet the night before, and having all that processed food and sugar for the first time in years has turned his stomach to knots. I mean, we've got Ashley over here super ready, reciting her proclamations of love, and Billy looks terrified.
Thank you, Billy, for restoring my faith and trust in love.
Uh-oh, that's the perfect line for them to put in right before he completely destroys her faith and trust in love. And Billy's face again. Oof.
This could be bad.
Naturally, when it comes to the big moment, they have Ashley go first, and her decision is...
I do.
But then it's time for Billy, who says there's so much he loves about Ashley and he knows he has his insecurities, but she's made him a better man through this process. And the whole time he said this, I was waiting for a but...
I do.
Oh, okay. Great then. Now, I won't lie, I did have a feeling he was actually going to say yes because there wasn't much time left in the show at this point, and if he had actually said I don't, you'd know they need a lot of time to cover all the fallout. Plus, this franchise usually tries to end things on a happy note, and this is our last couple, Billy and Ashley, now married. He says he was split just because of fear, but the moment he saw her come down the aisle, he knew his decision. So that's 3 for 4 on the day, and 3 for 5 when it comes to our pod engagements. Not bad, UK. Maybe love truly can be blind. Gasp! So that's it for this recap of the Love is Blind UK Season 2 finale. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, be sure to give it a like, comment your thoughts down below, and subscribe to the channel for more content. And until next time, Bachelor Fantake out.
I do.
Gasp!